Hey guys, so I was at Walmart yesterday picking up a few things, and of course I had to go look at the makeup. And I saw this Profusion Pastel palette just sitting there all by itself, and it was, fine, no damage or anything, because you have to look things over really good at Walmart. And I looked at it and I said, wow, that's really pretty, and I don't have that. And I immediately thought this would pair so well with the Spectrum palette. Now I've done a video already on the Spectrum palette, but yeah, I saw a lot of things that look like they would go together well with these. Now the thing is, there are some duplicates. Okay, they both have a lime green and they both have a light blue. But aside from that, they're different. But I don't know that the pastel palette, you could definitely use it by itself, but it just would pair so well with Spectrum palette. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to use both palettes. And by the way, I noticed that Profusion raised their prices just a little bit because these palettes used to be $4.99 and now they're $5.18. So still, or was it $5.24? Anyway, they're $5 and change now instead of being under $5. Now, another thing I want to talk about or point out is that, and I didn't notice until I got home, and wow, it's not looking that way on camera, but in real life, these two shades are exactly the same. They both have shimmer in them, and they're the exact same color in real life. It's not showing up that way on camera. Let me swatch them. Okay, yeah, it's showing up in the swatches that these are the same. They are the same. So if they had made one of them matte and one of them shimmer, it would have made so much more sense, but they are both shimmery light aqua colors. But in any case, they're gorgeous, so I'm going to build a look around those. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a small crease type brush and I'm going to go into the Spectrum palette and use Peacock, which is the aqua. So essentially that's just a deeper shade of the light aquas that are in the pastel palette, right? But first I had better prime my eyes because, got to do that. Profusion Pigment Base eyeshadow primer. Did you see how little I used and how pigmented that is? Yeah, imagine if I started doing that without eyeshadow primer. What did we do before eyeshadow primer was invented, I only remember seeing eyeshadow primer for the first time when I started doing YouTube, which was 15 years ago. Yeah, I've been on YouTube for 15 years, I think it is now. Pretty sure. I have thousands of videos, which is kind of mind-blowing when I think about it. Oh yeah, while we're on that subject, let me ask you guys something. You may or may not know that I have regained my YouTube partnership. I did talk about this in another video, but you might not have seen that. I have a lot of new subscribers. Welcome, so glad you're here. Now that I've regained my YouTube partnership, I still have to get another 1,000 watch hours though. It's crazy, they accept you as a partner and it's like, but wait, you can't monetize your videos just yet. The only reason why I lost my YouTube partnership is because I was gone for a year. I was so burnt out, I just had no interest in YouTube at all, but now I've regained my love for my passion for makeup and artistry and filming, and I think it was my near-death experience that kind of revitalized my interest in everything. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I had a stroke a few months ago, and I'm doing wonderful, and the doctors say that this is one of the best recoveries they've ever seen for somebody who was that close to death, because they have to go do this procedure when you have a blood clot in your brain, where they run this wire up through an artery and just pull the blood clot out. But it's quite a thing. But anyway, you look at things differently when you almost died. So now I'm just, really trying hard to get my membership, my partnership back to the point where they'll monetize me, because it costs a lot of money to make these kind of videos, because you have to keep buying stuff. And you might be thinking, oh, just use what you have. No, you have to keep showing people new stuff, or they don't care. That's just how it is. I mean, I do like to still use the products that I have in some capacity. Oh yeah, so this is Peacock, like I said before, from the Spectrum palette. So I still want to use the products I have in some capacity, but yeah, people want to keep seeing the new things that are coming out. And I don't blame them, because I enjoy that too. But what I was going to say is, now that I have my YouTube partnership back, I can make live videos if I want to. I've been on here, like I said, for 15 years, I think, and I've never done a live. I don't know if anybody would be interested in seeing that, but I was thinking I could give it a try if I'm able to do it, because I don't know. From the technical part of it, I'm not really sure. I would have to do some research and find out exactly how I would go about that. But yeah, I think it could be fun. And so yeah, we could give that a shot if you guys are interested. So if I do a live, you could be live here with me. And then if you can't go on to be there when it is live, you can always go back and watch the video later on when you do have time. But the whole thing is, it's more fun if you catch it live. And what people usually do is they post on their channel page. It'll show like when the video is going to be, so that you can kind of plan accordingly. Now my schedule is so different than normal people's schedules. Because I try to make it so that my husband and I are on the same routine, and in order to do that, I have to get up crazy early, because he has to be at work very early. I'm just kind of blending the edge of this now. So chances are, if I do a live, it's going to have to be during the day. And probably fairly early, not as early as I'm filming this video right now, but it's going to have to be fairly early. And I wouldn't be able to do it in the evening. I don't want to mess up my husband's routine. I mean, he, has things that he wants to do when he comes home, so he can't like be quiet because I'm filming or whatever. So let me know if you would like to see something like that. And yeah, that might be fun. Be something different, that's for sure. Hopefully I wouldn't run into any technical difficulties. All right, we're going to switch to a shader brush and go into the pastel palette and Yeah, I don't really see much difference between these two shades, so I don't think it's going to matter which one I use. So I'm going to use Wishful. I'm going to use the one in the middle. So I'm just really packing on that color onto my shader brush because I don't know how this is going to be. Ooh, yep, did not disappoint. Very, very pretty. I love this color. This is the color I have on my walls in both my bathrooms. Is like an aqua color, like a light aqua. When we first bought this house many years ago, all the walls were the craziest colors. And so my husband repainted all the walls except for the small bathroom, which, is that aqua color. And I liked it so much that I tried to match it up to the paint at the paint store, and we did the other bathroom the same color. But that was the only room that I liked the color of. My kitchen is like a salmon color on the walls, and at first I didn't like that, but it kind of grew on me over time. And all the paint was in perfect condition, so it was kind of a shame that my husband had to repaint all the other rooms because they had just painted everything prior to putting the house on the market. All right, I'm going to switch to a small pencil brush and drag some of that light aqua along the lower lash line. So I went neutral for all the other rooms, just like off-white, because I didn't know what I wanted to do for window fixtures, curtains, bedspread, that type of thing. So I thought, all right, let's just go beige or off-white. And it took me the longest time to get the curtains the way I wanted them. I just used the curtains that I had from before where I used to live and just kind of popped them up here, there, and everywhere. And eventually, I had to learn how to put up the kind of curtain rods that I wanted because I had never used that type before. I had always used just the really plain old-fashioned kind, and I wanted the decorative ones that are like a rod rather than a bent piece of metal, if you know what I mean. So I had to learn how to put those up. All right, hard candy eyeliner in jet black. I like to use black eyeliner most of the time because it just makes whatever you're doing for eyeshadow really pop. I'm trying to be gentle so that my eye doesn't start watering. Because once your eye starts watering, the eyeliner is not going to go on very well. This eyeshadow is kind of interfering with the application of the eyeliner because usually it goes on fine, but it's sort of obstructing it. All right, for a brow bone inner corner highlight, let's go into my Wet n Wild highlighter palette from the Alice in Wonderland collection, and let's see, I'm going to need another brush. Putting these things over on this shelf was the smartest thing I ever did because it's just so handy when I'm filming. This is a very small shader brush, and I'm going to take that silvery white shade. I can't wait to clean my brushes today because I'm going to be testing out something new to clean them with. I used to always use Tone soap to clean my brushes, and the company discontinued it, so you can't get it anymore unless you buy from like Amazon, from a third-party seller. Well, I think I found something that is going to work out great because the ingredients are very similar. So I'm going to get to try that today when I wash my brushes. I deep clean my brushes every time I use them. I don't ever use dirty brushes. So that's why you've heard me say in videos sometimes that I don't have a certain brush on hand because it isn't quite dry. Sometimes they take more than a day to dry if you deep clean them. Okay, inner corner. I'm also trying something else out that might end up being a video in the future, and that is the way I remove my makeup at the end of the day. I'm trying out something completely different than what I normally would use, so I'm curious to see how that's going to work out too. Okay, Lottie London Super Fake False Lash Effect Mascara. When I told you guys this was the best mascara I had ever used, maybe I wanted to just keep using it and see, and yeah, I think it is. Lower lashes. It's very unique. The formula, the brush. Never used anything quite like this before. But it is amazing. If you're looking for a good mascara, it does it all. Length, volume, buildability, lash separation. It's unbelievable. It's hard to find because it's very popular, but it is worth seeking out. Lash curlers look like torture devices, don't they? I'll never forget the first time I ever used a lash curler. I was scared to death. But, you know, it's just like anything else. The more you do it, the less scary it gets. I'm not saying that you can't hurt yourself by doing this, because you definitely can pinch your eye, so you have to be careful. Now my plan is to upload this video on YouTube. It's way too long to upload onto TikTok, and I can't edit that much out of the video. So I'm gonna do something separate but related on TikTok. I don't know how much crossover there is between the people who watch my YouTube and the people who watch my TikTok. So sometimes I'll upload the same video if it's short enough, but most of the time I ramble on so much on YouTube that I can't edit it down to the allotted time. Although they've changed the time for TikTok now. It used to be 3 minutes was the limit. Now it's 10, and wow, what a difference that makes. I can actually post some videos in both places now. All right, I'm going to do my other eye and come back and give you my final thoughts on this. So that is the finished look, and if you want to know about any of the other products that I am wearing, everything will be listed in the description box as always. So I only used that one shade in the palette in conjunction with that one shade in the Spectrum palette, but I like to pair things that way together sometimes. Now, the other shade that really draws me into this is this light purple. You can't tell on camera, but it's also a shimmery shade. And the purple in the Spectrum palette is warm, and this is cool. So what I would do in that case is probably pair it with the deep blue that is in the Spectrum palette. So this is what I mean about how, these two palettes kind of go hand in hand here. But I actually have another Profusion palette that I bought before this one that I haven't gotten around to talking to you about and doing a video with. So there will be more Profusion in the future. I think Profusion is definitely one of the best drugstore eyeshadows that you can buy. Um, their their stuff is really, really good quality, especially for the price point and the variety of things to choose from. They're always coming out with fun collections. Now, you may have noticed that I didn't buy anything from the Jurassic Park collection. I don't know, I didn't see anything that really grabbed me. I actually like their permanent products better than the limited edition stuff, but there's a lot of limited edition stuff that I've never tried too. So I don't, I would have to try it to know, but I really, really enjoy their permanent products. I have thought many times about placing an order on their website, and the shipping is kind of questionable on that. I have some problems sometimes with getting things shipped to my house. It's a long story, but I have to. Um, yeah, it's a long story, so I have to be very careful when it comes to ordering online. And but yeah, I do think I'm gonna have a lot of fun playing with this, and I think these colors are just stunning. And it's not, this looks green on camera, but in real life, it's yellow. It's a shimmery, deep yellow, and it's quite unique. Let me see if I can show you with a swatch. See, now you can tell, right, that that's a shimmery, deep yellow, but then they give you the lighter yellow right beside it. So that would probably be really pretty too, to just do a yellow eye, and you could do the peachy shade as like a transitional thing. So there's a look right there with the two yellows and the peach, and maybe a brown eyeliner with a fall type of lipstick, maybe a deep nude or something. So there's a lot of different things you can do here. I think the pink and the purple might look nice together too. So for $5, I'm glad I picked it up for sure. So thanks so much for watching and subscribing, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.